Welcome to Scenic Ridge, which is no longer quite so scenic, having been cut just about in half. And we're going to follow this train around the layout, highlight some of the changes I made originally and just recently. Of course, I added the third track in front, give more yard switching type activities. And as designed and built, the train is now climbing a 4% grade on the outer loop as it winds around the town of Rural Retreat. And that looks pretty much the same as the last time we saw it. The rural community, we'll call it Rural Retreat. Now, here's a big change that I made just recently. We added another passing track behind the shorter cutoff ridge, which is now less scenic ridge and more rocky ridge. And we've changed 2 long tunnels into 3 short tunnels. As the train comes out from Rocky Ridge, passes the coal loader with the spur track, and the triple bridge crossing, the wooden road bridge, the deck girder bridge, or rather the plate girder bridge below, and the Warren Truss Bridge above, all crossing the creek that instead of tumbling down the mountainside into a ditch, now actually has a ways to run with a little white water as it comes under the triple bridges. And our train is now winding around the inner loop where I added the first of the passing tracks. The new passing track behind Rocky Ridge now gives us the opportunity to run 2 trains in opposite directions at the same time. And the trains meet at the passing sidings. As our train goes through the triple bridge crossing, we have the passing siding behind the ridge. We have the original passing siding that I modified from the original plan. And we have a third track that we can use for a passing siding here in the yard. So since this is no longer Scenic Ridge, it's more like Rocky Ridge. And over here we have Rural Retreat as our rural community. So I've decided I'm not going to call this Scenic Ridge anymore. It's now the Rocky Ridge and Rural Retreat Railroad. Reporting marks RR, RR, RR. And there we have our trip around the Rocky Ridge and Rural Retreat Railroad. And we'll come out for a view of the entire layout. 3 feet by 6 feet, 3 passing tracks, 2 train operation. And don't know why Woodland Scenics doesn't market the layout kit for this kind of improved operation as intended. It's only good basically to run 1 train around and around and around. And instead, this way, we still retain the scenic character of Rocky Ridge. We change the original concept of a big city to Rural Retreat. And eventually, we're going to add some tracks around the sides so that we can have a staging yard for trains behind the layout, which will make a total of 4 feet by 8 feet. But that's the story of how Scenic Ridge has become the RR&RR Rocky Ridge and Rural Retreat Railroad. And we probably will do another video once I have some staging tracks in place and can run 3 trains at once. But for now, that's where we are.